Okay.
Alrighty. Can you hear me good enough?
Yes.
Okay, so let's see. So for our branch, we had a Christmas party planned for December 23. But due to a upcoming storm, our branch president, no, let's see. I texted almost everybody in our contacts in our phone, invited them to the branch party. And then the day before, December 22, our branch president texted us and said, it's canceled. So the night of, I canceled it again. I texted everybody and said it's postponed. And then that morning, December 23, we woke up and it was a beautiful day. No clouds, the sun is shining, the birds are chirping. And we're like, maybe the storm will hit later tonight when the party's actually counted. And the time comes, the time rolls around, we're supposed to start the party, and nothing. It's a clear day. And then, yeah, it was canceled due to storm, but we didn't have one drop of rain. So that kind of bummed us out.
That is a bummer.
Yeah. And then on the 24th, nothing really new. Nothing really happened. It was kind of just dark, getting dark. And then the 25th is when we attended church in the morning. We woke up. That's the day it was supposed to hit. The storm was supposed to hit on the 25th. When we woke up, we're like, there's nothing here. Whereas this huge storm that's supposed to wipe out our region. So we wake up and we get ready for church. I wear my sweater. My companion puts on his nice vest we bought. And we're like, kids, do this. So we go to attend church, and it's a good day. Like, only the attendance was about 30. So it kind of bummed us out that no one really got to see us wear our nice stuff, but it's all good. And then sacrament, it was only sacrament meeting. So after sacrament, we'd all went home. And then that's when we went straight to the member's house to Skype you guys. And then, the big ordeal where the storm was finally starting to rain. It was like coming down a little bit. The brownouts came on and off and on and off. And then we got to Skype, right? What time did we end Skype? Around 8? Like that? 8?
Well, it was
8, 9, 10.
like
Oh, it was like
11:30.
9.
Yeah, it was like
Yeah.
11:30 or something at night here.
Yeah. So anyway, as soon as we ended Skype, the brownout happened. And I'm like, oh, thank you. Because then that's when the thought came to our mind. And we're like, okay, this is the start of the brownout. That's going to last forever. And then we're in this nice rich people's house. It's nice and bunkered and comforted. There's no open windows. It's warm. It's clean. And we look outside the window and it's like, we're like, and our apartment's like 4 or 5 blocks away. And we're in our nice church stuff and everything. So we're like, all right, let's do this. So then we say goodbye. We have no umbrellas. And we go outside. And that's when it's like really starting to hit now. It's like the trees are, there's no lightning or thunder. It's just pure wind mixed with rain. And like I said, it's like we're in the movies where we're trudging through. There's getting hit with things. And we're like, and we're about half the way there. My companion's like, Elder. So he gets underneath like a kind of like a store. And I'm like, no, we gotta go. Let's go. Because he's tired. He's a fat guy. He's tired. He's like, I can't do this. I'm like, let's go. So we come out and we're completely soaking wet. Like there's no chance of being dry. And then how I said a piece of plastic slapped
Yeah.
me. How do I say this? The street. Imagine our street going up to the main road.
Uh-huh.
That's how it kind of was like. And imagine the wind coming straight from that street and the rain too. So it's kind of like a tunnel of wind, and we're like pushing through it, and all of a sudden, a piece of plastic just slaps me in the face. I'm like, take it off and throw it. And it was like, it hurt, like when it whipped here. It's like, oh, break. So I just threw it off, and we kept running. And at this time, it's getting pretty hard. So we're like, oh, this is crazy. This is awesome. We're kind of excited about it. And this is fun. Let's run. And then we get to our apartment, and then we're like, oh, we're safe. Yes. We can finally go inside to our nice, warm, safe, dry apartment. And then we look down, and there's like a little crack between the door and where it comes out. And it's kind of leveled, and there's water dripping out. And we're like, oh, where is that coming from? So we open it, and the water comes out, and we see our like stuff floating in the water. Like, oh, crap. it's mostly in our kitchen because, how do I explain it? It's just like a square. Like, imagine a square apartment, and here's the kitchen area, and there's a door that's broken, that has no handle, so it swings open, and it opens up, and then another gust of wind comes, slams it, and it's like shaking. We're like, oh crap. The water's rushing in, all of our pots and pans are flying on the ground, all of our papers are going everywhere, our study desk is just getting wrecked, all my books, all my stuff. So my top priority was save all my stuff. I put it all in those packages you sent me, the empty boxes. I put it in those packages and shoved it on my bed. It was totally unorganized. It was like, oh, I hope nothing broke. And then that's when we realized there's like no hope to stop this water from coming in the windows and the door, because it's literally like coming in and then just in our apartment. So the water's about, I'd say about that deep, like walking in our ankles deep maybe. And then it starts going in our room. The water path goes into our room where we sleep. And there's the bunk bed, so it's like underneath and stuff. But luckily it didn't go into our room where we changed, into our other smaller room, like the closet. Because that's where all of our good stuff was. So from about 9:30 is when it's super hard. From about 9:30 until about 12, we were battling a losing battle. We're holding the door where it's coming still through. We're trying to figure out a way to direct the water straight outside. So like I said, we used our towels, sacrificed our towels, we shoved them down. We used our clothes, we put it in the ring, shoved it down, and pillows and stuff. It was like a river going through our door, out to our other door. Kind of like a river, just constant river. So then about 12 o'clock, at one time actually, I was like, what do we do? Like, I was like, oh my gosh, this is crap. This just sucks. And then I was like, this is scary because, you know, the apartments, like, you can hear the creaking, and every once in a while you can feel the shaking, like, whoa, what was that? I don't know if it was some trees falling or just from the wind moving it, because it's a solid cement 2-story apartment, and then it just moves. I'm like, oh, this is crazy. What happens? And mostly my mind is, what about the other houses outside? You know, the houses made of wood, that little small houses with no anything like that. I like the members that are like that, so I'm like thinking about them the whole time, but there's nothing I can do about it. And then, so let's see. So to sum it up, we finally get our apartment organized. There's nothing on the ground. We had a lot of literature loss, like our pamphlets, our cards, and stuff like that we gave. A lot of that was ruined. And then not a lot of our food, but some of our food was ruined, so that's alright though. And then that's when we're exhausted. We're just totally exhausted. We're like, okay, let's try to get some sleep. So it's about 12 or 1 o'clock. We lay down our wet beds. Not like wet, it's like, you know, moist. Your skin is wet. The stuff is wet you threw on your bed. So you're like moving it around. And then you just, you know, you kind of curl up and sleep, and you hear the just crazy the whole time outside. The way our apartment is set up, it's like a long, imagine a rectangle set up. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then there's a pass you go in to get to the other end of the apartment. And then there's a small crack leading to like the sky. So then the wind comes through that side and comes out past our door out into the open again, and that's like a huge wind tunnel. Just everything you see coming through. There's a big metal piece of metal, and then and that just gets carried up and sucked outside. Like, where did that go? That thing's like a heavy thing, like, and it's just, that thing's gone. And there's a motorcycle parked inside where it tips over, breaks, and we're just, oh no. All of our garbage cans are out, they're gone, and all of our hangers and clothes are out on the street, and we're like, oh, well, that's in the morning. And then, yeah, we finally got some sleep until about 5-ish, we woke up, and that's right when the sun comes out, so it's like 5 o'clock. I'm the first one awake. I'm like, I wake up, and just like the movies, after a big accident happens, you walk out, you look down the street, you look right down the street, and you just see everything is just destroyed. And they see the neighbors come outside, and they look left, and they look right. And and then, like, you look to the left, and there's a huge, there's a huge tree just in the road. And like I said in my email, the police station, like a small police station with a metal roof. And over to the left side, there's a huge tree. Well, that tipped over. It crushed a police car.
Oh,
It
no.
crushed the police station. So there's all the police workers working on getting that tree out of their way because for people to pass. And like the trunk part, the big thick part, that's where it tipped over, and the car was just. Sorry for the police. And then we looked to the right, and then our neighbors are kind of they're like not rich, but they got money, and then their trees are over on their fences. Their fences are crushed, and just imagine like how do I explain it? Imagine the earth is like bald. The trees are bald now. There's like the stump part,
Yeah.
and then everything is just kind of like just like that.
Yeah, that's kind of like how
What
the pictures were from Sister Garcia.
Yeah.
Like it looks like winter trees here. Like there's no
Yeah,
leaves.
kind of like that.
If
And then,
they're
we look
if
at
they're
the
still
mountains,
up.
And the mountains are like they're naked. They're like there's nothing. Like what happened to those mountains? They're like so clear now. Because these are just full of trees, but they were all just like that or gone. What else? Well, like I said, a pass-on card, it's like that big. It's a thin piece of paper, pass-on card, we fold it in half. We looked up on our apartment, and it's stuck to the side of our apartment on like the second floor on the cement part. Like, how did that get there? It must have been like,
Yeah.
yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
So has like all
then-
the water receded now? Or is there still like flooding and water everywhere? Is it all
From
gone?
our part, city, it's imagine a highway coming down like a main road, and then it's kind of like a level. We're here in the upper level, and then here's the lower level of the city, and then there's a river next that cuts through the city, and that thing was huge. Like it totally wiped out everything. Like our barber shop we go to every week was just gone. We're like, where's our barber shop? It was just gone. And he was awesome. He cut hair so good. He was amazing. And
Oh, that's sad.
nothing. Yeah. So I don't know how to explain it. I drew it in my journal. I have a big diagram in my journal of the flooding that happened because the river got bigger as it went down, and then it just everything in its path it just wiped out. You know what whitewashed is? It's like we call it when your house is whitewashed. Or no, washed out. It's just where it comes through and just cleans your whole house out. Your house is there. Everything is everywhere. So a lot of it got like that. But the morning it was a beautiful morning. It was like pink. The sky was red and pink. There was just little clouds. The sun was out. It was a good day. It's like what just happened yesterday? You know, it happened so quick. What else is there? There's a big Catholic church up near our house, like the main Catholic church, and all the huge trees were just all gone, and it was just tipped over. What else? What else is there?
Well, he's been
So
out.
after that-
So he was telling me before that they're out of power. They're at day 22 because he's not even in his city.
We still have no power.
So what do you do with your
Different
food
life.
and stuff?
That is a good question. Yesterday we almost starved to death because we didn't buy any food on Saturday, and we're like, crap, Sunday. So we just we had a bag of small dried fish that's been there for like 3 weeks.
Oh,
we had some extra rice we
Jordan.
cooked the day before, so we like mixed it with gravy, mixed the rice, made like a weird. Well, we survived. This morning we woke up and we ate immediately. So, but yeah, our fridge. I cleaned our fridge, so it's not like dirty or anything. But you know, you can't buy any. Cook it on the spot, and you can't buy anything that's not perishable. But you can't buy anything that's perishable because you kind of live off canned food and rice. And then occasionally we cook if we have money. If we have money.
So for light, are you still just using candles?
No, President and Sister Carter gave us 2 rechargeable lights. But
Last Sunday. when they came to visit him.
Okay.
Yeah. So we've had 2 lights for about a week. They're solar powered, and then there's a charge-in for the wall, but we're just using the solar power. Yeah, it's hot. Like
You don't have.
like,
You can't use. You don't have a fan, do you?
So he's been saying that he's not sleeping because he wakes up all
Sweaty.
a whole bunch.
Yeah, all sweaty and.
Because you sweat and then you're cold because of your sweat. So you put the blanket on and then you're hot. You take the blanket off. You get cold.
That just sounds
There's
miserable.
There's no rate there that's good because you're either sweating or you're cold. So you wake up, you throw the blanket off, you go back to sleep. You wake up, you throw it back on. There's no use.
So, have you been doing a lot of service then, cleaning up?
The first week we did a lot, every day actually. We wake up, go straight to house, from house to house, just kind of looking, going to members, the top priority. One member's house, they were a recent convert of 5. There's a mom and dad, and their youngest, just a baby, and their oldest is like 12 years old, so just in between them. So, the dad, he has all that weight on him, and his house was kind of up in the mountain in like the more foresty spot. It was just buried with trees and stuff like that, and like half of the house was just tipped over. So, they evacuated, but when they came back, their house was just destroyed. So we helped them a ton. But, everybody, it's like, yeah, it's sad, but like everybody's always so happy. That's how it is here. It's like, even if it's hard, you're still happy. It's like, the kids are playing around, everything's laughing, there's jokes. I think it's like they're used to it. Like, another one happened.
And they're humble.
Yeah, exactly. And there's, what's it called here? A pili nut, P-I-L-I. Where one of those huge pili trees fell over. And they're black. It's like imagine a walnut where it's black. You just peel off the black and the insides of the nut. And then you got to break the nut inside's the part you eat. There was a ton of pili nuts. We just gathered them all and had 2 bags full of them. We took them home and just eating those. They're really good, actually. That was a plus.
The pili nut harvest.
I didn't see any casualties because I guess not a lot happened, but lots of dead animals, a lot of frogs.
A lot of frogs.
When the frogs die, their tongues like kind of like, and then our fence, our gate is like all like this, and they're spiked. What we do, we put the frogs, their tongues, and we hang it up on there, so they're all like hanging frogs.
Gross!
Oh, why does that not surprise me?
That is disgusting.
Our neighbors are like, what? How did that happen?
They probably think you're like some weird cult.
Gross.
It's like, look what the Mormons do.
There's lots of dead dogs, lots of dead cats.
Oh.
Because they were probably outside.
Yeah.
What about like livestock?
I never saw anything big that was dead, but all the rice fields that were lower, they all just got totally washed out. And every time there's always carabao, there's always those things grazing. So I don't know, nothing I saw. But that dead guy I saw, it was weird. He was just laying in the street, and
was he like a drug guy? Was he killed?
I don't know. There was a wall, and then there was a rolling cart, like a store type of deal people just sell things on, and he was tucked underneath it, face down, and all I could see was his legs and his feet kind of hanging out, and they were like pale white, and his toes were kind of black. You could tell he was dead because the police had it like that, kind of taped off. I was like, oh, it's a dead man in the street. What else? Oh, I didn't tell you about this yet. On Wednesday, we had a zone conference with President and Sister Cotter. It's the first time it's ever happened in the mission where the president is with the zone during their training. And it's just a normal training. We just take a workshop, we do a practice, stuff like that. And then as president's speaking, is speaking closing remarks, he has a microphone. He's like, and I'd like to give a thanks to all the district leaders here in Tobacco. Would you please raise your hand? And I'm a district leader. There's 3 of us. I'm like this. All of a sudden, we had an earthquake. It was crazy. crazy. President's like, pulls the microphone, and like, they had a legit earthquake. Like, the ground like shakes, everything's shaking. And President's like, what is that? And someone's like, earthquake. And then Sister Carter stands up. She's like, hey, everyone outside. So then it's, like, it's not really bad, and we're just kind of shaking a little bit. Like, whoa, this is weird. So then, yeah, it was weird that we had an earthquake. Like,
did it do anything to the Mayan?
That's what we thought. It exploded. We thought the Mayan kind of like that, because that's common. Sometimes it just, and the ground like, but that's it. But no, we didn't really see it. Nothing really happened.
Oh, too bad.
Darn
I know.
it.
Darn it.
But it does happen sometimes where it just kind of like, and then you feel the ground like, whoa. So, sorry. Dang it. What else? What else has happened this week? Or this past couple weeks? I don't know. We're just kind of changing our work, kind of like changing it to the schedule we have with the lights and stuff. We have a baptism this Saturday, actually. Number 2.
Yay!
Is it that man you were telling us about in your email?
I think so. His name's Ramil, Ramil.
I can't remember what's the name of that.
I don't think you said his name.
No.
Maybe I just kept it. Maybe I didn't.
But he's the one that has the daughter that went on a mission?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a family of 1, 2, 3, 5, and 2 of them are members. No, 3 of them are members. The mom and the 2 daughters, and the dad and the son, they're not members. But the son, he's like my age, and he's hard-headed, but the dad finally accepted it, so it's good.
Oh, cool.
It's this Saturday, not in the morning. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's
it's a big
awesome.
blessing for the family. The family's really thankful for us.
That's cool.
But
I'm going to turn off the video now. Are you done with Typhoon stories?
oh yeah.
Yeah? Okay.